Okay, hi everyone. My name is Munchan and I'm the host of today's AMA's DETF. They are a real world assets project and they intend to revolutionize global wealth building by offering an all-in-one trading platform. So we're going to discuss various ways they intend to make trading very seamless for their users. And we have Joel here with us. So Joel, can you kindly introduce yourself and the team behind DETF?
Thank you. So my name is Joel Felice Cook, JFK Digitals. I'm in the crypto space since nearly 8 years, 2017. Back then, I checked what is actually Bitcoin. It passed $2,000 and I was astonished. Ethereum was at $80 and I knew this is the future of finance. Okay. And the main issue I had as a beginner, as a trader, was to start understanding how to trade, which assets to trade, and also how to grow my personal portfolio. At that time, I was a poor student and I wanted to become a millionaire. That was the goal of myself. I also liked and loved the tech, but the goal was I want to become as rich as possible, and that was also why I wanted to get into crypto. And I think that most of the people that start in crypto, they also have this goal in mind. In those 8 years, I have seen many people going from zero to millions. Many of them I helped to grow also their portfolio, because what I professionalized was low cap token trading, right? So low cap token trading is the possibility of trading tokens that have a low market cap and over time gain this massive amount of profits. Low cap trading has an increased risk towards, for example, the bigger cap tokens, but the risk reward is also way better. So we at the ETF said we want to build the best possible crypto exchange, but also stocks exchange and ETF exchange. So you have everything in one place. And as I know that GOLDDIGGERS has a lot of community members from Africa, we have built this platform especially also for people living in emerging markets, where I was last year in Ghana. I wanted to go to Nigeria, but it was too dangerous because of the situation at that moment for crypto exchanges. But the main goal for Africans is, on the one hand, to grow their portfolio, but on the other hand, also to avoid the restrictions surrounded by high inflation that happen in the countries, and also the devaluations of the currencies. And that's why we said, okay, we want to build this best possible trading platform with the legal framework in Germany, so people understand that there is a lot of trust behind it. And we've been growing day by day the user base. One of the things, and in terms of real world assets, because you mentioned it earlier, I believe real world assets will be one of the biggest categories of the crypto space. But that category will most likely be dominated by institutional players, such as BlackRock, Van Eck, and hedge funds that are tokenizing their treasuries and funds and then sending them over to their respective counterparties. Now, crypto started as a movement from the people for the people. That was basically the ethos of Bitcoin. It was the ethos of decentralization back in the days. Right now, the name decentralization doesn't have the same weight anymore than before, and people are just looking for the next shiny thing. But you shouldn't forget the importance of decentralization, or let's say tokenization, because at the end of the day, USDT is a tokenized version of USD, and people can trade with USDT, can transact with it. So we believe that at one point we will also tokenize assets, financial assets, such as stocks, where you can then use your Tesla stock to borrow against it, to bring it into DeFi applications. So that's like the two mission goal we at DETF have. On the one hand, offering the best possible trading platform for the users, and on the other hand, to at one moment tokenize the financial assets so people can use it. We are basically building this foundation and essence of what crypto is, right? So if you check the top 100 tokens, you have stablecoins, memes, and exchange tokens. But these exchanges, they just offer crypto. We are the only exchange offering crypto stocks and ETFs. And in around 2 weeks, we will be offering low cap tokens. We will add every day 1, 2, or even 3 low cap tokens. We will add several stocks per day. So it will be a massive, massive platform for people to finally have their all-in-one trading platform, and it doesn't matter where they are. And that's like the great thing of crypto, the accessibility through USDT. Other exchanges, right? And that's something very important to note, that offer stocks. If you are not in a jurisdiction where the banking supports you, you can't create an account there, you can't trade there. And that's where we said, okay, we need to change that. We need to have everyone participating in the also Web2 aspect, right? So that people that have USDT have accessibility through USDT to also trade Tesla if they want to trade NVIDIA if they want to trade. One very, 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 very important thing is the 16th of January, we are moving our token, the ETF token, away from Ethereum over to Sui. Sui is this new blockchain, extremely fast, extremely cheap, and it had an immense run-up. It was the number one coin price gainer around all the L1s in this last year. It profited more than Solana. It was stronger than Ethereum. And we said, okay, the technology there is amazing. So we definitely need to go over to Sui. So that's why we said SUI is super important. Once we tokenize our financial assets, we need to have smart contracts that are lightning fast, that people can really interact with. So when we tokenize, as an example now, Tesla, and you own $10,000 worth of Tesla, but you want to use that as a collateral and add it into a lending pool, you don't want to pay for that transaction $200, $300, what can easily be a congested market on Ethereum. Solana, with the outages, where basically you can't trade when the time is clutched. And I believe that SUI and DETF on SUI is a perfect match. So we have built a migrational bridge, actually one of the first ones on SUI. I have never heard of any project doing that earlier. And the technical advancement of the DETF is unspeaking. And what we are going to take care about this year is two things. One, launch products. And number two is marketing, community building. And that's also why we are here right now talking to you as community participants. And I can tell you one thing, because this is something that Gold Diggers and DETF has discussed in backdoors. If you go straight away to the DETF platform, register, use the platform, send the support a message. Hey, I'm coming from Gold Diggers. It's very likely you will get a surprise. So just for you to know, this is a small info on the side. Get ready, because DETF is here, and you can be part of this vibrant new ecosystem that we are building.
Nice. I really, really appreciate the very detailed overview about the ETF. And I have a couple of questions I want to know. Now, I think we should begin from the transition from the Ethereum to the C network. I really appreciate the fact that you guys acknowledged, moving to a network that is cheaper. But did you also consider the current investors you have in your ecosystem? I just want to know how cooperative are they from your end, because if the community is not in support, then that could also affect the overall efficiency of the project while transitioning. So, and did you also look into the risks that might be associated with such transition? So I just wanted to know.
Oh, wow. That's an amazing and very good question. So in terms of the transition that has been communicated yesterday, and so far everyone is extremely happy about it. We have a very good support team, and that's one of the things that me personally, right? Like if you use other exchanges, the support is so bad, right? Like you just get like this copy paste answer, and we have a very professional support team, which we have educated on all the crypto matters and all the matters, what is happening also internally and externally, internally in the company, in the project, externally, and the whole markets. And this is basically making the change. And people can always, if they have questions, come over to our community, ask the questions they need. If they have questions regarding then you have like these immense migrational taxes that Plutus has prepared for the community. So in that sense, we definitely know about our community. We know how to take care of them, and our community supports us. And that's like the great thing. They see that what we are building is something that is needed in the market. And the transition, the migration is something that I would say most of the people are very, very excited about.
Nice, really nice. The fact that the community ensured that the community are in support of the transition is quite vital for the project, because that's the backbone of every project. So thank you so much for that. So we know that your platform, from what is stated, would eliminate brokerage accounts, which is a very, very good thing, because it's going to make trading much more easier and straightforward, even the cost attached to using brokers and all of that. So, but there's something I wanted to ask, because when you're creating an account on a trading platform with this brokerage account, a unique trading IDs are always distributed when the account is created. So would this also happen with DETF? If I want to start trading on your platform, would I have like a unique trading ID, or you don't work through that system?
Every exchange has a unique ID. That's how it's called UID. That's how you as a person get identified on an exchange. So if an exchange doesn't have a UID, you better shouldn't use that exchange, because most likely it's not really an exchange.
Sure, true. So this helps to eliminate malwares in the ecosystem. So I just wanted to get that known. So next question is, your mission, as stated on your website, says you will give retail investors opportunity to invest in low cap tokens at the early stage. So these projects, would they be projects that are already partnered with DETF? And how will these low cap tokens be sourced, or what criteria will they meet to be listed on your platform?
So we can't give information on the criteria and how it will be listed. This is something we can't share, because then token builders can work around it. But what I can tell you is, like, I'm a professional trader. Since many, many years, I'm very profitable. And that's also that the DETF platform is self-funded by myself, because I wanted to build this trading platform built from a trader for traders. And if you check my personal Twitter, JFK Digitals, you can also see the last projects or tokens I recommended. They all made between 10x and 50x in a matter of a couple of weeks. And that's just the experience, right? Like if you are so long in the space and you work so long also behind the scenes, understand how the markets work, that's how you can see the performance of a token before that performance happened. And frankly, I need to say that DETF at current stage is completely undervalued at 2 million FTV. So this is also part of our mission this year to forecast the utility of the token and combine this with marketing efforts. So the gap closes between undervaluation and valuation. If you compare, for example, the on compare of, right, that's something like really interesting to see. There is a page called Market Cap Off, where you can compare the token prices of different tokens. So let's say, for example, if we compare DETF with the token price of Gate, and Gate is just offering cryptocurrency, it would be 1000x. So one DETF right now is 2 cents, and then one DETF would be worth $22. If you check the same thing and compare it then with Bidget, right, that would be a 3400x, meaning one DETF would be $77. And if you compare it with Binance, one DETF would be $1,000, meaning a 45,000x. So there is a lot of appetite for exchange tokens, right? Like I just mentioned a couple. You have more, you also have crypto.com, you have KuCoin. But at the end of the day, there hasn't been any evolution on these exchanges. You don't have low cap tokens, you don't have stocks, you don't have ETFs. You basically just have the boring high cap cryptocurrencies. And the main reason is these exchanges grew when everyone wanted to buy Bitcoin, when Bitcoin still had this huge upside potential, right? And I mean, I think personally that Bitcoin still has more upside potential, but it's definitely not the same upside potential it had 7-8 years ago when Bitcoin was trading at $1,000, right? And people wanted to buy Bitcoin. And I can tell you, most of the people right now, they don't want to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum, maybe a bit, but most of the people are trading on Solana, on-chain. And the moment it gets listed on Binance, people sell that token, sell that asset, because they know that nobody is actually making any more money on Binance and on all these big exchanges. And we just said, okay, like we want to make sure that people have the possibility to trade these low cap tokens with huge upside potential. And it has been also a bit of a change, a strategy change in, I would say, the last 6 weeks, where we said like, hey, like real world assets are an important and big thing, but when will it be an important and big thing? Because it's not now. And I was at an event in Brussels last summer, focused on real world assets, and they all had the same problem. They had the problem on gaining users, because everything that's tokenized is already very niche, and niche things are very difficult to open for the masses. And if you want to have mass adoption, then you also need to speak to the masses. And that's why we said, okay, we need to change a bit our strategy. We need to change our direction. And so far, people loved this. And I believe that's also a game changer, not only for the ETF at all, but we will also shape together the new exchange landscape when suddenly people see the growth of a newly exchange in comparison to the older exchanges. I mean, have you seen, for example, Pump.fun? Have you seen how people trade on Photon? And it's just because people love to trade low cap tokens, and it's because it's more fun. People enjoy it more. It's more emotion, and that's just something that is missing on the bigger exchanges. And the bigger exchanges try to work against it, and instead they offer leverage trading, which is a high risk for every user to grow their portfolio.
Nice. Thank you so much for that explanation. So now, since we are talking about the tokens and all of that, how these investors are actually going to get real benefit from a platform. When we are talking about tokenizing real world assets, there's something that has become a financial trend in the financial sector and definitely has potential benefits. So, what steps are you guys putting in place to, meet these demands that would come in the future? Are you guys still looking towards, tokenizing these real world assets?
Yes. So I think in terms of tokenization, it's what I told you already before. That's like a two-step strategy. And tokenization is basically the easiest thing you can think of. It's basically just creating a token. It's nothing that takes more than 5 minutes. So it's a lot of a buzzword, right? The real aspect and the difficulties between tokenization is the legal aspect, and there we've been working since middle of 2023, so 1.5 years, together with legal and seasoned experts in Germany that have built this whole legal framework. So yeah, that's basically it. Also,
Yeah.
some moonshine. I have time to answer one more question, then I need to continue with other tasks. So
Oh,
please let me know.
really?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
The AM is usually around an hour. Okay, but
yes,
since
but
you need to jump out, correct?
exactly, yes. I have
Okay,
also
let
other
me.
appointments. That's why.
Oh, I'm so sorry
I
about
I
that.
did
I'm
I
so
did want
sorry.
to I did want to put the time to listen
Yeah, you would
into.
have, because I actually
And
prepared a lot of questions that I
oh,
wanted to, that's why I was taking my time to ask specific questions.
so what we
So
can do is you can write the questions afterwards in the chat, and Pluto's can help answer them.
yeah, it's okay. I mean,
Yeah.
we were supposed to take some community questions. That's what we always do at the end of the section, towards the
Mm.
end of the section. But since you'll be jumping out, let me just read out some questions that were sent to my DM. So they are asking, will your platform have the copy trading feature? And will there be subscription fees to access these trading signals?
Okay, so no, we will not have copy trading for now. Because I believe if you want to be a very successful trader, you need to learn the skill yourself. And this way you also don't put the responsibility away. What we will offer is we will offer bundled assets, baskets. So for example, AI agents. So you don't need to just buy one AI agent. We will have a bunch of AI agents predefined, and then you can invest in one of those ETFs, um, um, which will be called 10 best performing AI agents, these kind of things. But for that, most likely you will also need to have a package, a DETF package on the platform, at least if you want to go in with a certain and big amount of size. Um, so this is one important aspect to mention. Which is the other question?
Yeah, another question here from Lee says, how will the ETF bridge through Web 2 and Web 3 world, considering there are different users with different concepts in each world? How would you guys bridge through these two different world in crypto?
I didn't understand the question, sorry.
Okay, I said, how will the ETF bridge through Web 2 and Web 3?
How we are bridging Web 2 and Web 3?
Yeah, the users. Are
Yeah.
you guys on the Web 2 or on the Web 3 first?
So we are between Web 2 and Web 3. Web 2 is the stocks part, ETF part. Web 3 is the crypto part. Web 3 is when you can deposit and withdraw via USDT on our platform. And Web 3 will be once we tokenize the assets on our platform and you can interact with a wallet and the blockchain to buy that asset outside of our platform.
Okay, nice. Okay, so the last question for this AMA came from B, and she's asking, how will the ETF ensure liquidity issues are not encountered? Because that is a major problem associated with real-world asset projects.
Yes, we do have the liquidity protocols and system and risk in place. And this way we can always ensure that liquidity is not an issue. And this is also part of what I said with the compliant part. We are one of the only companies in that sector that are based in a framework, in a German framework, European framework, and that's why we have this audits in terms of liquidity, in terms of how our assets are held. And we are not offshore on, let's say, Panama or Dubai, and exactly that because of the trust we want to ensure our users.
Okay, nice. So, sorry guys, that's all the questions I'll be taking. And if you have more questions, do also join your socials and ask whatever questions you have. So, Joel, before I close down the VC, do you have any final words to say?
Thank you so much for listening in. Check our page d/etf.com. Join our Telegram community. Register on the platform. Use the platform, and you will be able to get an airdrop, win an airdrop. This is part of the whole Gold Diggers and DETF collaboration we have right now. Thank you for being here. We are the platform that is going to take care of giving you all the options to trade whatever you need. So from stocks to ETFs to crypto to local tokens, something very unique in the whole space. And I'm extremely grateful for being able to help shaping this vertical with you guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you too.
Bye-bye.
And you guys have an incredible utility. All right, bye guys.